Hello, hello. I'm here live, sitting here in not the best light. Better? No, worse. God, I will never get this lighting business sorted out. I look a bit grainy to me. If anyone's out there, do say hi. Oh, hello, Tat Doctor. That's Ian, isn't it? Hello. Nice to see you. This is just an impromptu one. Oh, fake Rachel. I haven't seen you in ages. I'll tell you for why. It's because I don't do Instagram, and I know lots of people do Instagram, but I know if I disappear down that rabbit hole, I will never, ever get any work done. So I've kind of kept off it, really. I'm looking a bit washed out today. I've been blown from sort of one end of Kent to the other. But I did go to a Jumble sale, and to be fair, it was probably worth going just to meet the people I met in the queue. Hello, hello. Hi, Karen. Hello, Lex. I was just saying, apart from the fact I've got some quite interesting and not all clothes bits. Oh, that's really good, isn't it? Let's get rid of those. I ended up meeting up with a couple of people in the queue. A lady I know from the flea market I go to on a Friday, and it was nice to see her and chat to her when she wasn't super busy. And I also met a friend of hers who, funnily enough, seems to be in the vintage game and might very well have some clothes that I can buy from her. I'm just adjusting, sorry, make myself feel dizzy there. So, yeah, I've got some bits. Let's try this. Will this work? Oh, God, no. I cannot do lighting. It's either this or sit on the floor. Tell you what, I'm going to position you a little higher up. Excuse me. Sitting on the bed. There we go. Hey. How professional is this? I do apologise. Right. I got these things. I saw these and I thought, they look vaguely familiar. They're Pokemons, apparently. So the young girl selling them to me at £1 a piece, which is quite steep for a Jumble sale, but never mind. And what's really weird, sorry, that's just wrong, isn't it, really? Why has it got that there? Do they make Pokemons in boy and girl form? I have no idea. Many Pokemon. Pokemons. Weird things. And this one seems to have a bum bag on the back. A cushion attached to its rear end. They're weird. Hello, Shellstrooney. Hello, Shelley. Hey, Rubik's 81. Gosh, I thought people would have far better things to be doing on a Saturday afternoon than listening to me bleat on, but I kind of had to have them. They're really well made and they're nice quality, and they do say Tomy Pokemon on them. They don't tell me the names, but I don't think that's going to be too hard to find. They need to go over with wet wipes, which is always my kind of default setting for cleaning up anything. And I quite like the little foxy face on this one. He's rather sweet. I say he. I could be wrong. Hello, Karin. Nice to see you. Yes, so they actually do make noises. Very odd noises. And I thought perhaps they didn't work, but when I switch them on, will you do it now? Oh. And this looks wrong again. Oh. Not very loud. I think batteries are. There we are. See, that wasn't me after my lunch. That was him making a noise. They both make noises, so I really need to do a bit of research. There's not much going on what's for sale, but I can't seriously lose money. What's that sticking out of its chest? Is it uni-boobed? Is this a girl and this a boy? Anyway, I dread to think. We got more people. Becca Faduke, hello, lovely to see you. Not sure I recognise that name, but I'm pretty bad with names, as anyone will tell you. Hello, Maria. Hello, Peter. Hello, look, not clothes. Pokemon, Poke plushies. Quite nice and big, at £1 each. So I'm really hoping that I can identify these. Karen emptied a whole drawer of jewellery and then gave up. I love jewellery. I do love it. I'm not got into really listing it yet, but I really love jewellery. Yeah, Lex will buy it off you. I think we'd all jump in on that one. You're going to do it as a live Lex Light premiere. Yes, apparently you can do those, but yeah, I haven't quite got my head around that. So, there were those two. I actually calculated, I wrote down what I spent because it was all very chaotic. They didn't appear to know how to price anything at this place. And I actually worked out I spent, including the 20p admission, £12.80. Yeah, Pokemon. Is that Z or is that Bex? Here we go. They are. They're talking ones. They make weird noises. And they're very odd looking. One seems to have a singular chest attachment. And the other one, well, I'm just not going there. That's just really odd. They're kind of cool and they make noises. So, yes, they are Pokemons. Pokemon, Poke plushies. And they're quite sort of firm. They're going to need a good go over with a wet wipe. One's kind of bird-like and one's kind of fox-like. But very, very odd. So, Peter, yes, I'll watch that as well, Peter. Yes, absolutely. A live Lex Light premiere. Fabulous. They are a bit weird. Well, I did have a bit of a challenge list from Lex, which, of course, I've immediately misplaced. And I think it was look for something blue, look for something weird, look for something you love, look for something you hate. Well, I think these qualify as the weird, most definitely. They are strange. They are strange. Give me a message with the price. Yes, I think Lex is probably one of the very best places to go. Now, I don't do media. Whoops, what was that? I mean, I really do not do media. But I kind of got a bit bored because the clothes were absolute rubbish. So I did pick up a couple of things. They were 50p each. Yes, well remembered. Oh, that's not going to show up very well. That's a cassette tape for anyone who remembers those. Changes from David Bowie. So that was quite iconic. I couldn't possibly leave that behind. He's one of my all-time heroes. And a female all-time hero of mine, Kate Bush. The whole story. Got that on CD. And those two do go for kind of okay-ish money. But, you know, I mean, they're not really money, but I couldn't leave them behind me. This is Zooropa, which is U2. And U2 I liked in the very early days. This sort of thing, no, not so much. That's not really worth anything. And I picked that up simply because it's a George Michael one. But again, it's not worth very much. So what I might do is pop it to one side. And if I get any more, yes, changes. So, yeah. Sort of not exactly fails, but not in my usual bucket of I'm trying to go for top end here. But I was kind of hearing that perhaps it's good to have some lower value items on your store to drive people in. So I thought, well, yeah, wow, yes, that is a good one. The Man with the Child in His Eyes is one of my favourites. But I have a lot of time for Kate Bush. She's born in my hometown, and excellent woman. Right. Still not clothes, honestly, completely out of character. Vintage hats. Lex, you may enjoy these. This one is quite furry. It's quite furry in texture. It's lovely. I'm not a hat person. I look pretty appalling. These are things I don't normally buy. I have had success with hats. This is why I don't do hats. Say no more. Hat hair, but it's good quality. I mean, the thing is, I obviously know they're vintage because they have these fancy little labels in. This is Son. They look like sort of 50s. They look like 50s hats. They just feel lovely. The quality is nice. They're not some cheap knockoff. So that hat cost me a whole English pound. Yeah, Jumble fever. I'm so careful now because you come back with so much. I'm so sorry about the light in here. This is another slightly fairy hat. Very stylish. And this is a Jackal. So that was rather nice. I'm thinking with all these totes and things that are going to be around, maybe there's theatre groups that are going to want these. But they're clearly very well looked after. I mean, they don't look really old. And this one, because it reminded me of a raspberry. This one didn't have a label inside, but it really is. It's pink. It's not quite as bright as it looks on the screen. It's like a squashed raspberry. I mean, you know, let's just ruin it for everybody. Yes. Nicely lined. Looks unworn. The sad thing is it doesn't have a brand, and I find if they have a brand, that can really help. But I think someone will want that. And it cost me all 50p, as did the last hat there. Yes, Karen wants to be challenged by Lex. I think it was just an impromptu thing where she said something you love, something you hate. And actually, when I go jumbling particularly, I do come back with the weird and wonderfuls. Let me just see. I'm staring at the text here. Here we go. Karen's going through her bag and thinking, why did I buy that? Jumble fumble. Jumble fumble? Oh, let's just rewind that, shall we? Jumble fever is real. It is. And believe you me, half the people in that jumble sale had fever. But they, you know, as I was going through stuff, everything was Primark, new look. You know, it was just atmosphere, Daymart, you know, all sorts of things that really I'm not interested in. So I really struggled with the clothes, but I just kind of kept going through. It was a good look, wasn't it? No, that should never be seen outside these doors. On standard sale today. Oh, thank God. Yeah, it's been, yeah, I had a couple yesterday, but it's not been brilliant. A mammoth one. Yeah, I like a big sale of Jumble Fumble. Maybe that's what happens when it gets too crowded. Hello, DBG. Lovely to see you in today. That's cool. I've just done the non-clothes bits, like this mad hat, DBG. There's a hat and a half. Vintage. I love selling vintage hats. I've got one of these phrenology heads, and I usually just pop, because my Edna's got no head, so I just pop them on the phrenology head and photograph them there, or just rest them sort of on a nice surface. Holy Fresh, Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, maybe. It's not a keyword sequence I would have thought of for that particular hat, but oh, I've Miss Lolly. Hello, Lolly Freds. Yes. A crap day for sales. Yeah, I'm not sure. Where am I? How am I doing with sales? Because I think I had some very late yesterday. Sorry, I'm just doing that. It doesn't recognise my face because I'm sitting here now, almost total darkness. And I'm trying to find what I'm doing. Here we go. eBay. Selling. Oh, okay. I'll take that back slightly. I have got. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 2 of them were yesterday. So we've got a vintage knit crocheted throw, I suppose is the best word. I'm not sure I can show it to you on here. I wonder if it'll show up. Oh God, it just looks like a ghost. There. I've had this forever and it was beautiful. It's obviously been handmade. And it's finally gone for $34.99 plus £5 postage. I was very happy when that went. I seem to be having a bit of a kilt at the moment. There's a couple of people buying kilts. One of my bundles has gone. A t-shirt and some trousers. Okay, so it's nothing amazing, but hey. Crack is mighty. Let's take it away from photographs. That's the crack with you. Yes. Gosh. Right. Okay. So now we are on clothes. So apologies, Peter. I wonder if they're going to show up in this light. The sun's kind of coming and going. The light. I kind of picked this up because it had a nice texture. Some thoughtful person has taken the label, the care labels, and the size labels and the brand label out. I don't think it is anything special, but I like the design, and it might end up being mine. It's very bobbly. It's got a serious case of extreme bobbling, so that'll be an evening therapeutic shaving going on there. But at 30p or whatever that cost me, I just kind of thought, yeah, I'll grab it. And maybe I can check the fabric at home. Maybe I can see if it's recognisable as any brand. Those vintage dresses are looking even viler now. Well, they should go super high then. Honestly, the more icky, the better sometimes. Yeah, so here we go. These are a pair of cut-off Levi's. I mean, literally someone has cut them off. But they were quite a big size. They look a huge size, actually. 38. 8. Bit hard to tell. In fact, I think they might go in the wash because they're smelling a bit jumbly. Yeah, but they're 501s. And I thought, well, you know, it's that the season of summer will come, but actually they need to wash. Ugh. Yes, I need some crack. Not of the cocaine variety, but I need some crack. Yes, it's all got a bit much, really. Now, these were kind of strange. They're very faded. 1980s taper style. Very high-waisted. Very high-waisted jeans. They actually said made in England inside, so they're definitely vintage. 51 states. 51 states. Freedom wear. What does that say? Selected. Oh, so easy and long-lasting. Oh, well, just like me. Now, I thought they would do because they're very much that style of jeans that people like, and they're the authentic ones. They've got no stretch in them, mind you. So you'll have to be someone with quite a delicate waist. Something's telling you it's sending too many messages. Right, Lollyfad's got a question. Oh, I'll try. I bought a 100% cashmere jumper, but the sleeves seem to be stretched longer than they should be. Usually the sleeves go shorter, so I'm fascinated by that. It might be that it's meant to be very long sleeved. People would rather have the sleeves too long than not. But you might find if you kind of manipulate it a bit, they just kind of come up. So don't write it off. Just say nice long sleeves and put the measurements in. I mean, the brand and the condition of the cashmere and possibly the style and colour are going to be the things that determine your price, Lollyfrads. But I'd say, yeah, never give up on cashmere. Even if it has been shrunk, someone will still buy it. You just have to be quite honest about it. Lex says, Heather, do you go to any festivals? I'm looking to go to Green Man this year. Where is Green Man? Where is Green Man? I tend not to actually go to festivals, but I would quite like to. If I find out where Green Man is, maybe I'll go. Slight consideration of husband and child to consider, of course. And I don't think it'd be quite up the street, but I've heard about Green Man. I think it's pretty good. Oh, getting a sore throat here. That's not good. Karen was meant to go to a fair but didn't feel up to it. Listen, everybody's been ill. Poor Andrea, who's laid up. Andrea Hills. Oh, now, Lex, you said buy one thing you love. Talking of festivals. Yay! It's a rainbow. And it's got the pixie hood on the back. And it fits me. A little snugly, maybe, but it fits me. I tend to wear black or just go completely mad and wear these sort of things. Maybe Green Man, I shall have to look into it. Camp Festival. Oh, I love all these things, but I'm not actually particularly good with big crowds. I have to be honest. I'm all right, but then I just want to go away and hide for a while. A Green Man, I think, because it's got the sort of pagan-y thing, it's very pixie rainbow, festival chic. And it's like a thick t-shirt material, so it's not a great big fleecy job. Little pockets is at the front. So that was the thing I loved, you see. So I'm fulfilling the brief, Lex. I am fulfilling the brief. Yes, I liked that. That was like, ooh, one for me. Something blue. Actually, the jeans were blue, so it's pretty difficult not to buy anything blue, isn't it, really? I thought this was very, very cute. It's sheer. It's very sheer and floaty-like. There we go. You can see all the way through. Bit kinky, if you ask me. Nice little 50s pinny. And it honestly looks like it's barely been used. A little pocket on it. Won't catch me wearing one of those in the kitchen. However, somebody will like it. Somebody will like it. The glamping. Oh, yeah, definitely. I would want a glamp because camping and taking your own bedding, you get to a point where you do not want to have your sort of backside that far off the floor without that much air between your backside and the cold floor. It's not funny. Might have been all right when I was younger, but it's really not my thing. I had a fail too. This was a fail. I grabbed it because I thought, ooh, tour t-shirt. Woohoo! It is, however, Dan and Phil, who I think are slightly 2 years ago, last year's meme, as my son would have it, and are probably about as uncool as you can get. So I think quite possibly that may not be wanted by anyone, in which case, exactly, who are they? I think they're some sort of YouTube phenomenon, not quite like ads resales, but I think they were quite famous. No, I hadn't either, and that's why I picked it up, because I just thought, tour t-shirt, grab it. So that might count as a fail, really. Radio 1 presenters, they might be. I haven't Googled them to find out who they are. Oh, hello, Jason. Hiya. Connie was high-five when I suggested glamping last year after getting caught in a storm at Camp Festival. The weather was so bad they cancelled the last day. Yes, camping in bad weather, not good. That is the thing, you see. You've still got to list it, photograph it, and do all the work. And I just have a real lazy streak that says, you know what, I truly can't be asked if I'm going to make £2 off it. But there you go. Having said that, I did pick up some lower value items because they were there. I picked this one up, which I'm wrestling with. It's quite large. Which way around are we? Suffice it to say, this is a dress. It's a summer dress. It's one of these. Oh, God knows. You get yourself in a knot trying to get in and out of these things. Anyway, it's a strappy little dress. But I thought the print on it was quite. This year's, flower prints on dock backgrounds seems to be very much a thing. In terms of brand, it is a maxi dress. It is a big size. It's got splits on the side as well, so that's kind of funky. It is New Look Curves, and it's a 24. And I thought, it's such a nice on-trend dress that I thought someone might actually really want that. It's like a dish rag, so it's going to need a good iron because it just looks like it's been wiped around. It's lovely to have everyone in the chat. It really is. Find something where I can use the keyword Lex. I think this one. I think I've done my brief, and it'll be sheer, kinky, like Lex. No, I wouldn't. I'm sure I've done a draft where I did put the keyword Lex in. I might have actually listed it with it on. So, whoops. Now this I picked up because of the size. It's very big. That's the waist, and it's one of these skirts, and it is a good size. It's a very good size. It's a nice quality denim, and if I can find who it's made by, there was a size in here, East Coast, which I don't recognise. It's not a brand I know. And someone has thoughtfully taken the size out there, but of course on the inside it's in there, and that is also a 24. May have been the same lady that donated the dress. But I'm kind of not picking up too much in their skirts because I've got far too many and I'm getting rid of them. But I figured with that being a bigger size, that might go. East Coast is Evans. Ah, right. I will double check that, but yes, that sounds like it. There's so much Primani and things there. It was just, I can't do it. I picked this dress up. This was the first thing I picked up to try and get everything flowing, as it were. This is a Joanna Hope dress. I don't pick them up very often. Joanna Hope, I don't think there's too many of them. They just don't seem to get much money. But again, it is a maxi dress, not on me, but it will be a maxi dress on somebody. It's got has some beading, and it's one of these bold prints that someone will want for their holiday. Big flowery prints, not me at all. Did I say Primani? Yes, I did say Primani. There was a lot of it. And I know they have all their, that's what I wanted. I know they have all their various sub-brands like Cedarwood State and things that they try and make sound like something. Well, for everything that I bought today, I worked out my spend was £12.80. So that is the clothes I've done, 3 hats, a little bit of media, and the And the Pokemons, for anyone who didn't see them earlier, are the Pokemons. Talking Pokemons. Well, actually, they sort of grunt, but maybe they need even batteries. So this Joanna Hope dress is a 16, so I picked it up because it was a good size. And a lot of people like red, so there we go. It's quite fugly, really, to my mind. Yeah, that's it. Young Dimensions. Rebel is the kids one, isn't it? And there's a couple of others as well. That there's Ocean. It's not Ocean Pacific because that's OP and that's a good brand, but Ocean something that looks very like it as well. Denim & Co. I think is also Primani. I think, but they do have a lot of labels. Oh, and I'll come to the last thing. When I went in there, I tend to go to the rail first and look because I think they might have better stuff like coats and that I don't want to give away for free. So I did pay £2 for this, but this, and it won't show up because it's black, isn't it? Black blobby thing. But that, of course, says Timberland, and it's just a coat, like a sort of bomber jacket thing. Really nicely made. It does need a bit of a go over with a wet wipe, the mud on it, which you won't be able to see in this light, but it has got it. I can only apologise for the lighting. I didn't think it through that the sun would be sinking into the west. There we go. It's a nice Timberland label, and it is actually XXL TTG, what I think stands for tall grand. So it's not only tall but wide as well, big and tall. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I've had a little bit of a look for comps on that, but I can't find anything exactly the same. But hey, you know me, I'm going to shoot high to start with, and then they can always come down. Oh, and the good news is I will have this garage for my Arthur Daly's lock-up, as my lovely husband keeps calling it. So I'm going to have space to put things. Bizarrely enough, it actually comes with a wicker conservatory sofa that I can get rid of. So maybe someone will buy that off me, who knows. But the thing is, there was something a bit wrong with the garage door, because it's literally in a row of garages that are next to the houses. And it's this very old lady who doesn't use it because she can't even open the darn thing. And her daughter took me around there and we opened it up, went inside. But when you shut the door again, it all it wouldn't close. They were more embarrassed than I was. But I thought, well, if they can get that fixed, somehow we'll work out what the problem was, get someone to sort it, then obviously I definitely will have it. If they can't fix that, then I can't really have it because I can't lock it. I don't really want my stuff in there, sort of a 7-minute drive away from my house when I can't be sure it's safe. So fairly close. Hadlow is 7-minute drive up the road from me, and I will pay them £30 a week for it. But I'm going to sort the details out with them. But what I'll probably do is pay it by standing order to the old lady, so she's got the money, and then I can claim it as an expense properly, doing it properly. I don't know if it's going to be available to me forever, but I'm certainly quite pleased because it's a decent sized garage. It's a single garage, but it's quite deep. It's dry. It doesn't have electricity, and it is really in a sort of an out of the way place, so it's not kind of where there's lots of people going past who are going to get interested in the contents. Have you missed much? Oh, my darling, all of it. I'm sorry. It's one of those impromptu, I might as well go and do it live. So I'm trying to read back, Kelly. It's like, do struggle with reading these things. Walkable? No, definitely not walkable. No, it's 5-7 minutes in the car. I thought you might know, Hadlow. Oh, that's probably not why you want to know it, though. I've got my plastic tubs, but what I will probably do is I did order some more of the IKEA bags, the big zippy ones, because what I do is when I've photographed and got everything ready to list, I bag it up, write on the outside what it is in a nice gold Sharpie so I can see it against the black background it so often is, and then I put them all in the bags, and it's amazing how many you can get in those bags, and they seem that's pretty watertight. I've never had a problem with it. Yes, what time do you call this? Terribly late. Oh, if you want, Kelly, if you want. Slap that girl's wrist. Snow. Of course you are, you're in Ireland, aren't you? Yes. My son's quite looking forward to us getting snow, maybe in a few days' time. But all the little flowers that are out and the magnolia trees and the camellias will probably die of cold. So they're not wanting it at this end. There we go. One more show of the deeply, deeply colourful thing that I might end up keeping because I love it. And if I had to say there was anything I hated, I suppose it might be that loud dress with all the stuff on it that I just think, oh, but I know somebody will like it. So I'm enjoying all my finds. All I need to do now is to see if I can find a tape deck to play Bowie or Kate, or even at a push. You two? Not as much my thing. Yeah. You're going to post your kids. That would be one heck of a parcel, wouldn't it? You'd have to use DPD or something for a big parcel like that. And DPD is dropping your daughter to school, whether it's closed or not. Well, yes, let her have all day in the snow. Yeah, they try not to close the schools around here. Oh, yeah, well, Lex, yeah, if you can get a day off. I know, and it's getting to you, isn't it? Because you're not getting enough time to do all the other things you want to do. It's, yeah, it's a difficult thing having jobs. I was listening to Bex talking the other day about what a struggle it is when you're working to then try and come home and kind of get your focus onto eBay. You know, it's difficult, it's demanding, and I'm so glad that I've got the luxury of being able to do it full time. And talking of full time, Steve the Free, how happy is he now? I've never seen him so happy, stocking up on all his stuff and being frightened that it's all not going to work. But all I can say to anybody is, if you're going to do this, give yourself lots and lots of time, because it takes time. It takes months to really get underway and get going. And those of us who've been doing it for years still get tumbleweed no sales day. You know, it happens and life gets in the way and you just have to muddle through, really. Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know. How long did it take to build Rome? I have no idea. Should ask my son's classics master. You're going to be full-time for May? Really? Does that mean you've quit, or does that mean that's when the course comes to an end and you might go back and teach next year's lot? But that will be good, because I'm sure you just have to put the time back into it. And I think it's so hard when you're knackered from working for the man or the woman or whoever it might be. Oh, plastic. Oh, you were tempted by... I think the thing is there's cassettes and there's cassettes, and some of them are worth money and some of them aren't. The guy literally wanted to try and sell me the whole bag of CDs and things. I just thought, no, I don't want it. I just cherry-picked the couple I wanted and thought, that'll do. You know, I don't want to go mad for it. It was just dipping my toe in because I thought I might as well give it a whirl, really. 12 million Martian years it took to build Rome. Oh, okay. Fact checked. Lovely. Yes, working mums. Yes, this is an absolute thing. My son's at an easy age now because he's sort of 12 and he's pretty self-sufficient in a lot of ways. And he understands what I do and he gives me the space and time to do it. He's quite glad when I find him. I mean, I found him some nice tracksuit bottoms today that actually still had the tags on. So he's keeping those. So he's quite appreciative of that sort of thing. We really are getting grainy now, aren't we? The clouds have rolled in, the sun is setting, and my light's gone very weird, so I might just sod off and leave you all to it. A soothing voice. Yes, I have been able to put people to sleep. Martians built Rome. Watch ancient aliens. Yes, the aliens are responsible for all kinds of rubbish, aren't they? Yes, they will get to that age. I tell you, I've always been, shocking mother, really. So it's lovely to see you all. Somebody else go live if you want to go live. I hope my sore throat isn't indicative that I've got this lurgy that everyone seems to have. But I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. So you all take good care of yourselves. Chatty bye and see you later. Bye. I'm going to end my stream now by pressing the correct button this time. Bye-bye.